The aim of the foundation is to assist the needy and the less privileged of Nigerian society. We do this because the trustees and I have lived in Nigeria for many, many decades. And the least we can do to honor Nigeria for having given us shelter is to give back to the people. And this makes us very happy and have a good sleep at night.
As an ambassador of Sai Rosa, we represent them in all ratification. We make sure whatever is assigned to us to do to reach out to people that are less privileged in the society, we get it across to them. Our duties are to organize places we go and make sure our safety and their own safety is adhered to. And in organizing people is one of the most difficult thing you can think of, because everybody has tendency of grabbing it, they don't care how. So it's our duty to make sure that everything is done in order to reach them and make sure the distribution will go accordingly.
When we tell people that we're coming to give them relief, they didn't believe, because in this country, nobody expects anything for free. One time I told this lady that we could come help out widows somewhere and in her church. And she asked me how much she had to give. And when I told her nothing was expected of her, just give me your people, all COVID protocols followed, and that's all. She didn't believe it. So for a lot of people, it's unbelievable.
But I thank God Sai Rosa has made it. Whether you like it or not, for you to give somebody a plate of food by this time, it's worth it. God bless Sai Rosa. God bless.
The beneficiaries of Sai Rosa's activities are people such as the elderly, widows, physically handicapped, retirees, abandoned children. So far we have saved about 700 children from dying, and we feed roughly about 700 families per week.
You will be expressing the divine favor of God. I want to say that we love you, and favor of God will not leave them. And whatsoever is our own side lane out to do shall prosper in Jesus' name. Because He made we special people, He make us happy. He will never know sorrow throughout the days of His life or our life in Jesus' name.
There's still a lot of crowd outside. As an executive ambassador of Sai Rosa Foundation, my major duties are getting the logistics of our location, that is the address and how we are going to get there, and executing the distribution when we get there. So, but when all the distribution and the palliatives must have been shared, the pictures and video files I have to gather, so you can say that I am the media officer of Sai Rosa Foundation.
Thank you.
My duty is that to check the items that come in to make sure it's complete. We check what we normally use in a week for the packing, and we make sure it's complete. We bring out some open and put one by one, so we make sure that everything is completed.
We are here at the Lego Festival of Praise and Thanksgiving. So we have brought with us about 500 palliative packages to give to the people here.
people are very grateful. Even me that I'm doing the job, I'm always grateful, because whenever you are among of the people who serve the humanity, where people tell you, thank you sir, God bless you, we always appreciate that, and that gives me the strength that okay, I must continue with this good job. Serving humanity is also a service to God. So people always appreciate it wherever we find ourselves sharing the food or taking care of the needs.
Thank you to Sai Rosa. Forever we will appreciate them. You can see a lot of people here today. Some are from Ibadan, from Lagos. Some people are coming from Abeokuta. Even 2 people came from London. They are here with us. That masquerade you are here for us. God will be with you, sir. On behalf of everybody here, we are saying thank you, Baba. Sai Rosa! Sai Rosa! Sai Rosa!
For Sai Rosa Foundation for distributing palliatives to us in the church here, and apart from that, to others also. And this is a wonderful thing that even the government cannot do, that this foundation is doing.
So I started with charitable activities in 2008. I was with many organizations, different organizations. But then over the years, I became disenchanted because the organizations were always either political or connected to some religion or, some ideology. And we wanted to do charity with the ideology of love.
When I came across this foundation, Sai Rosa Foundation, and assessed their mission, which is mainly they value life and serve humanity. With this sort of service, I thought, well, instead of working so hard and the babies ending up in the way many of them do, why don't you see if you can join in with these people and see whether your effort will be a bit more productive, with good results later on in life, instead of delivering a bouncing baby boy and then ending the baby up as an infant mortality case. And that was one of the things that spurred me on to join Sai Rosa Foundation.
There was one case involving a boy who was diagnosed with Espis Padias. This is a condition that could not be treated in Nigeria. And we had to send this boy to India for treatment twice before this condition was corrected. So over the last 5 years, we have treated and saved 700 children who were majorly affected by critical medical conditions.
Well, it's been a very interesting part so far with this foundation, because getting involved in the foundation, it was very rewarding to see that some of these kids that would have died without intervention were being resuscitated and given a second lease of life.
We take care of the medical bill of children from the low-income earners in Lagos, those that cannot afford to pay their medical bills. Some we pay in totality and some we do as much as we can.
How I got to know Sai Rosa happened in the year 2018, precisely. The hospital, Lutz Teaching Hospital, Idiaraba. That's the Lagos Teaching Hospital. And my daughter was admitted where she was diagnosed of pancreatitis. And she has been there for months, I would say. And For me, it was actually a tough journey because we've moved from one hospital to another. Then we finally got this transfer to Luth. And when we got there, from one diagnosis to another, first she was treated for H. pylori bacteria, which is ulcer. And then it became gastritis, from gastritis final to pancreatitis. And it was bills upon bills, each section. For that year, I think she was admitted in the hospital for a good 1 year. And being a single mom, the bill was just on me, and it wasn't friendly. And then it got to a point where she was billed for operation. Then she had a swollen stomach, and at that point I started running helter-skelter, looking for how to come up with a bill to pay. Then a lady popped up from nowhere, and she was like, from Sai Rosa. And she was like, I'm interested in this child's case. I heard that there's nobody to help foot the bill. She needs emergency operation and no one coming for her. And he came up to me and said, you're the mom, right? I said, yes. She said, I don't care what they're saying, but Sai Rosa wants to help you. And the payment was done. And for me, it was more like an angel was sent to me at that crucial point in time when I needed it. And it was through the foundation. And I came out of Luth, not owing any debt, but owing all gratitudes to Sai Rosa. So for me, I just want to say I'm very grateful to this foundation. And I pray that the good work they've started, they'll continue and nothing is going to stop them. And they'll keep spreading this good work around to the whole world. Today, my daughter is here with me. She's fine. She's hale and hearty. And we're out of the hospital and we're doing fine.
My name is Kehinde Adekoya. I'm a hairstylist and I'm a single mother of 2. Well, before I found out that my son is a sickle cell, it was almost getting to 3 years old. So when I found I was so mad, I was crying, I wasn't happy because I know the stress that mothers or parents go through when their child is sickle cell. So I was handling it on my own and the expenses was too much for me as a single mother. But I know they are very expensive to take care of. So I just have to squeeze myself to foot the hospital bills. They transfused him, gave him other things. So I discharged him. So in the process, I found out that I couldn't walk well. He was affected because of the injection they gave him. So I had to take him back. Along the line, he fell sick again, along the when I was taking him back to the hospital. So I don't have any money at that period. I've used all the money I have, my savings. I had to call a friend that told me about Sai Rosa. You know, he said I should just keep calm, that they're going to come and pick him from there, or she gave me an option, or I should take him directly to the hospital, which is Luth. So when I got to the Luth, I talked to the doctor that I'm from a foundation called Sai Rosa. So they attended to me well. I was surprised. I just thank God that I met Sai Rosa because the money they spent was more. I was even afraid of calling them again for money because they need money. But I have to just still call because they assured me that they need to, until the child is fine, they will not discharge him because that's what they are into. I was just happy. I was blessed meeting Sai Rosa Foundation. I was so happy. The second time too, he was sick. I think 2-month interval. I had to take him to the Luth again. I called Sai Rosa that it has happened again. Said I should take him there. The same amount, almost the same amount. You know, within 6 months, they have spent up to, I think, 120 to 150,000. I was even thinking in my mind that this money is like I'm exhausting. Am I the only one in Nigeria that is having this problem? That you have to spend all this money on my child. But I just thank God that if it is not Sai Rosa, if it is not God, I don't know what would have happened to my child. And it's fine now, it's okay. It's fine.
I was diagnosed with appendix at a private hospital. So we went there for the operation. They didn't do the operation for the first time, but when we came back, they said that the injection they are giving me, that it only subside it, but make it go away. So we agreed to do the operation. They did the first operation and the second one, but it was not okay at all. I was still feeling pain and about that. So they need to transfer to the general hospital. So after that, I was not feeling quite better after the operation too, because they asked us to buy some drugs, antibiotics. So it was very expensive, and we have already spent some money on the operation by that time. So the matron, I remember, asked my mom to meet her. So they talked about something, and I met Aunt Blessing and so they came and they talked to my mom about. My mom told me that they were here to help us. So I just remember that I was, after the help, I was just feeling better and better every day. So the medicine was not delayed, and I was changing things, so it was healing very faster.
She just called on me, say she want to help me through your Sai Rosa Foundation. So she introduced your company to me the time when they want to do the surgery, and the money paid by Sai Rosa Foundation. That is how we come across.
Thank you, Sai Rosa Foundation, for caring.
My expectation for Sai Rosa Foundation is that Sai Rosa Foundation is able to touch more lives than the number of people that we have saved so far.
Sai Rosa and Sai Rosa Foundation. Can we start applauding for them? This amazing group of Indians who are doing amazing work, unbelievable. From patient care, supporting the care of critically ill patients, to feeding street children, supporting children with disabilities, name it. When I think about them and reflect over what they do, I'm like, if all of us are doing our own bit like they're doing, we will not find street children. We will not find them. They will have